Hi everyone, thank you for having me. I'm Eduardo León, and I lead data science at the Center for Marine Biodiversity and Conservation in La Paz, Mexico. And today I want to show you about ChatMPA, a way to turn conservation data into decisions without losing the science along the way. So we start with a simple question. Is my MPA functioning? My marine protected area functioning? This is the question that drives everything. So a marine protected area exists to protect something, and as many of us may know, most of them are considered paper parks, which are affected in paper but not in reality. So a manager stands on the coastline and asks a simple question. Is it actually working here? And you may think we could answer that fast, but actually we can't. Getting this answer may take weeks. The data lives in scattered files and formats, and sometimes the answer is unreliable, and sometimes it's just impossible to produce in uh, time to matter, right? So the people asking or making decisions rarely have the analysis ready when they need it. And this is not a data problem. We have the data, we have tons of data. The problem is the distance between the raw data and the decisions. And us, scientists, I'm a marine biologist myself, is to bridge the gap between raw data to conservation intelligence. And the way we do this is usually we start by connecting different data sources, the ones we gather in field trips, the ones we gather from satellites, then analyze it, interpret it, and deliver it, socializing to the people who need the most, like communities, decision makers, or park rangers. So our goal is conservation intelligence, and two pieces make this work. The first one is the model context protocols, or the MCPs. These MCPs lets an AI connect directly to live and verified data sources, not a copy someone exported last year and forgot about it and is living somewhere forgotten in their computer. Uh, we can picture the MCPs as the new USB adapters for data. So we have one standard plug, and suddenly every data set speaks the same language. We can connect it to different AIs, LLMs, and we can ask questions directly to the data sources. So for ChatMPA, the idea is that we gather every different data source into a single ecosystem hub. And not only the global datasets from Skylight, Marine Protection Atlas, Ranger, Global Fishing Watch, but also the data we gather as scientists in our day-to-day jobs, from vision, from cameras, audio, satellites, or remote sensing. And the second piece are the skills. Skills are standardized ecological or scientific analysis workflows. So each one answers to a specific conservation question the right way every time. We think of this as having a scientist 24/7 validating and conducting analysis. So the method doesn't drift depending on who asks or when. So, for instance, if we feed our dataset to some AI and ask it to deliver some plots about fish biomass trends or and gather some conclusions, today we might get this. But if we come back later, the same day, the same week, or the next month, we get similar results, but not quite the same. So a skill locks down the analysis. So the same question, same method, same result every time. And this is how they fit together. First, the MCP moves the data. It opens the dataset to plain language questions. So, for instance, in our prototype, we have integrated four datasets, one from ourselves, which is the ecological monitoring of rocky reefs. In the Gulf of California, we have gathered more than 26 years of data. The second one is the Conapesca, or the fishery records for Mexico, and some environmental covariables such as sea surface temperature and chlorophyll from NASA. And the skills then decide the science. We have now the datasets open and we can use that. So we load the skills and each one fixes the method, the parameters, the random seeds, and all of these skills are human verified. So they are peer reviewed. Uh, So this is how we can call the data sets and then we can analyze it, and we don't have to be experts. For instance, I don't know how to conduct socioeconomic studies, but if some expert already validated the skill, I can use it. So we're thinking of ChatMPA as this ladder system built from 5 capabilities from the ground up. The first one is the scientific memory, or the MCPs. We start by making all these data sets open, and then we build the ecosystem intelligence, which is our day-to-day task as scientists or conducting workflows, ecological analysis. Then we move to decision intelligence, where we start working with other scientific experts in group, from climate change experts to socioeconomic analysis. And then we can reduce these workflows and these pipelines to trustworthy scientific AI, which are the skills. Then the last part, the most difficult part, is adaptive governance. We then encapsulate all of this science into a single platform, which every user can use. Which can be a dashboard. So we have a living prototype, the ChatMPA dashboard, in close collaboration with the National Commission of Natural Protected Areas in Mexico. We're working with 2 marine protected areas, which are Revillagigedo and Cabo Pulmo. And the way we do this is we give them a user, a password, they log in, and they can start chatting with the AI chatbot we have incorporated, asking questions about all the data we have gathered for those specific MPAs. And they can also do some other cool stuff, such as plot trends, see their current status of different indicators about their marine protected area, write automatic reports or management plans. And finally, none of this is a solo effort. It's built on open standards and open science with partners across conservation, research, and technology. So we're standing on a lot of shoulders, and we're building this in the open so others can too. So that's ChatMPA, from science to decisions without the science getting lost in between. So if you work with marine protected areas, or if you're building something similar in your own domains, I'd love to talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was a great talk.